Hello, my dear audiences. Welcome to the show. Check Chow on the East-West Show as a tradition with G&E TV trying to look into every corner of our community, see what's available, what's not available. For the purpose, whole purpose, very single purpose, merely to the betterment of our life. We know we have lots of services available there, yet we do not even know. That is the part. And last time I checked with a friend of mine on the show, we were talking about a very big subject, that with the service that has been there for 15 years already, and yet that was a first time for a man like me, doing a meter job almost my life, do not know. So shame, right? Shame to me, shame to everybody, shame to the system. Why? Because it's called for something like the show today. Right? Now, today we want to introduce you a big organization named the United Healthcare Organization. Oh, by the way, a year ago and 2 years ago, I was involved in some promotion with their Alhambra office, if you remember, their hearing aid. And I remember that, right? Their hearing aid and their kind of blood test or cholesterol test kind of a system, a program. Anyway, I was involved, right? So today, joining me in sharing the information with you, in bringing you your awareness of the accessibilities of our system, are two wonderful friends of mine. They are Jenny Yu. Welcome, Jenny, to the show.
Thank you, Jack.
All right. And Jenny is the business development manager of United Healthcare out of Orange County. Am I right?
Well, I currently manage 3 offices that we have. We have 3 storefronts. As you mentioned, we have an office in Alhambra and also in Koreatown. And we just recently opened up another storefront in Fullerton, Orange County.
I see. In other words, plus today, there are only one office that I was not involved with. I have not involved with, right? That's Koreatown. Next time we'll do Koreatown, right? Okay, now. Also next to her is another friend of mine, Max Rodriguez. He is the spokesman for the system, the United Care, right? To you, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jack, and happy to be here and talking about these important programs.
After all, like I said, just feel relaxed. This is nothing but a tea chat or a coffee chat if you prefer.
Okay.
All right, good. So, my dear audience, this is quite necessary to bring the information to you. We know that we have a system that is so complicated that sometimes from time to time, again, you need the input of information, see what's available. Right now in Orange County, and there is a big program initiated by United Care called the Asian Initiatives, right? And that's a big thing that involves a lot. So we want to talk about that today. However, we would, bring you some background information we have to, right, of United Care. So who will give me the info, please?
Sure.
Max, you?
Yeah, United Healthcare is a leading health insurance company in the United States, and the Asian Initiatives program we have in particular, we'll talk about in a little bit, but our mission really is to help people live healthier lives and also to help the system, the healthcare system, work better for people. And so this program through Asian Initiatives, which Jenny will talk about in a little bit,
the
really
background
helps.
of United Healthcare, and is that how big in size is the organization? What does it mainly do in general?
Yeah. So again, it's a leading health and well-being company. It's the largest in the United States, and so through programs like this, we really try to help people live healthier lives and help the system work better for folks. And so we try to help people get the most out of their plans and the products and services that we offer in terms of health insurance. And these programs that Jenny will talk about in particular in the community are a really unique way of doing that.
I see. So Jenny, this means that with you, whatever healthcare plan you have, they will provide you to the most. Well, you will provide the audience the most, but of their benefit, how they can apply to it, right?
Right.
Basically, is this how it works?
So what's unique about our storefronts is that healthcare system in general in America is very complicated and complex.
Oh, so it is. Yes,
Right.
you tell me.
I think everybody agrees to
Yeah,
that,
of course,
right?
I do agree.
And especially for those folks, like maybe your parents, my parents, don't speak the language English, have most difficulty in navigating through the system. And so we, the company started the Asian initiatives many years ago to help the needs, the gap, because of the language barrier. We opened up these storefronts to help in that kind of need. So
I see.
Our members and even non-members in the community can walk into our storefronts and get the help that they need in their own comfortable languages, say Chinese,
Yeah,
Korean,
you're
and
right,
Vietnamese.
you're right. And it is quite true, my audiences. We do have lots of care going on provided to us, yet they are so complicated. It takes some kind of 2 years of college to understand, at least, right? Because they are kind of like one going across or across another across each other, so that we do not even know where to. For example, you're holding something like, say, we'll call Part A or Part B for those seniors, right? And then that is something you're holding on. However, how does it apply to a doctor, to a nurse, to our office, and to some even medications or whatever, or even medical devices? Right? So for the information part, so to knock your storefront, like say Alhambra, like
Right.
say Orange County, and like say in Koreatown, right? Those are the way to go. Am I right?
That's correct.
I see.
A lot of Medicare beneficiaries, meaning 65 years and older, they have their insurance, health insurance, but they don't know what they're covered or not covered, or maybe you go see a doctor for a particular procedure and there's co-payment, but they don't know any of that information. They just know that they have health insurance now that they're 65
Exactly.
through Medicare. So that's where my storefront, our storefront, and the staff at the storefronts can help. The people to understand how to maximize their Medicare benefits. Yes.
You're right. And that's very necessary, Matt.
Yes, absolutely, because like you mentioned, it can be very complicated, and I think that that's even more complicated if English isn't your first language, or you have a barrier there, either culturally
Exactly.
or linguistically. I think so. These storefronts really provide both our members an opportunity to learn more about their plans, but also anyone in the community can use these as a resource to come in and help with translation of documents or other things that they may need help with. So I think that it's really providing that personalized customer service, that personal touch, that you can come in and one-on-one get consultation in your preferred language. And I think that it's really trying to bridge that gap and make it easier, because again, like you mentioned, it is complex, and so we want people to be able to have those services in their preferred language.
Yeah, it is to my audience. It is double folds. Number one, there are resources like yourself, like the insurance system, the insurance plans that's available. Yet we do not know. And there are services that provides the explanation of the service
Yes.
available that we do not know. So it's kind of a twofolds in the double no, we do not know situation, right? Okay, now, that is very necessary, very important, my dear audiences. And well, of course, even though you're not necessarily that old, 65, and sooner or later you will be,
Right.
You will need that. Yet, if you think about your parents or new immigrants or whoever who does not have that, and there is also service available. So together, you put together a service to make it accessible to the community, especially the Asian communities, right? Okay, so you call it the Asian initiatives?
Yes.
Yeah, I say something about that. I like that.
So the Asian initiative started out in Chinatown, New York City.
The word Asian refers to Asian and the Pacific Islanders, something like that?
No, mainly Chinese, Korean, And Vietnamese.
Oh, that's the majority of Asians.
Yes.
That's the majority.
At least
anyway,
in Southern
yeah.
California.
At least the 80% or 85%, all right?
Right.
At least in California. Oh, in California, even more.
Oh, is it?
Right, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay.
So it started out in New York City, Chinatown, about 22 years, 1994. The company felt the need of the non-English speaking Asian folks. As I mentioned earlier, there's a huge barrier between Asian people and the mainstream English speaking American people. So company wanted to provide and close that gap, the linguistical and cultural gap, because of, as you mentioned, immigrants or maybe the folks that lived here 20 years but still don't speak the language. So we opened up our first storefront in New York City 20 some years ago for Chinese, and then started to provide such same service to Korean speaking people in New York. And in Alhambra, the storefront that you might have visited or had a show
I was
on.
even there one time. They had an event. I was their MC.
Oh, okay.
They invited me. Oh, no pay. No pay. No pay. They didn't pay me. Okay. I didn't even ask. Or if they insisted they want to pay me, I would accept.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Alhambra, in California, we started the storefronts in Alhambra about 7 years ago, and in Koreatown 3 years ago, and then just last couple months ago, we had a grand opening for Fullerton office in Orange County, because for specifically the 65 and older seniors, they don't like to drive like 30, 40
you're right.
minutes or miles on freeway to consult about the small documentation that they have. So although we have the toll-free 800 number that they can call, there are some things that require...
for you to hate to drive that distance, though, you don't have to be 65. Like in my age, I hated to drive from like 10 years ago, like that. Yes, today we're talking about the system, meaning that there are services available initiated by people with a big heart. A bunch of people with a big heart, by organizations who really want to work for the upbeat of the community. Today, joining me, we have G&E Yu. She is the the business manager of the United Healthcare System, and also their spokesman, Matt Rodriguez. We want to take a little break. When we come back, I would like to take some kind of like a dissect or example something, say how you can help from A, streamline it to Z, something like that. All right, so we'll be right back. Hello, my dear audience, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show, and especially if you happen to be in the Orange County area or nearabouts, or even Alhambra, even Koreatown or whatever. Please be welcome to the show, because we're talking about what is available to you. You may say that I'm in perfect health. I don't need anything medically. I would recommend that that it is too early. It's too early to say that, because you never know. You will never be able to tell that when and where you need help. That's why we have this system called healthcare. Speaking of healthcare, you have almost 100 kinds. Right? When all the cares, aftercares, and cross cares together, the system gets very complicated. You need somebody, some expert to walk you through. All right? We have my friends, Jenny and Matt. They kick in with their United Healthcare program. Their organization is so big, they started back in 1994 in New York, and now they're covering almost all over. In Southern California, they have 3 locations trying to help people. So that's the thing that I would like to promote, right? So once again, welcome back to the show.
Thank you,
right?
Jack.
And we a little bit drew a picture, overall picture about the system, United Healthcare. Yet we want to know how exactly you help people. Okay, you mentioned you have several programs. You can start from A to Z. How about we dissect a case or somebody? Take, for example, me. I'm 60, say, 7 or 8, or I'm 90 years old, right? Do I look like that? Okay, I'm 90 years old. I'm holding this part A and B or C or D, whatever, card provided by federal, right? And I need vision care. I have eye problems. And I do not understand the whole thing. I do not speak the language. How would you help me, please?
So you would first call our toll-free number.
What's the number?
So for Chinese-speaking seniors and community, they can reach us by dialing 866-582-9057. For Korean, you can dial 866-636-0522.
I see. Okay.
And for Vietnamese, you can dial 888-691-1244. So these are all toll-free phone numbers that people can call.
I see. Suppose somebody call that number or the first, the second, or the third number, though,
Yes.
and then the people speaking that the language is
Will
already
pick up.
there.
Yes.
It's already there.
That's correct.
Not saying that if you speak
You
Chinese,
have to
press 1.
No, we don't have to
Or,
go through
or
that.
2 or 3. If you speak none of them, press 0 or something like that.
No.
Or if you don't speak any of them, then you do not even understand.
Right.
Okay, anyway, so and the proper language is already there.
Right.
Oh, that's a plus.
Right.
That's a big plus, right?
So, for example, maybe a Chinese-speaking person calls trying to find out about vision benefit, and our Chinese-speaking representative will pick up the phone
I see.
when you dial that
They
number.
will start right away,
Yes.
right? Without any further
No.
kind of obstacles, right?
Exactly.
Like, anyway. Okay, thank you for that. And I believe my audience will make a note about those numbers. And of course, when the show is in English, you are able to understand English. Yet, for those who are capable of speaking English, though, may not even know what service are available.
Exactly.
Right? Such as in my case. Shame on me, something going on for 15 years last time I did not even know, right? So now, if this person calls, for example, this person, 90 years old, Jack Chow, calls for, hey, I need some kind of vision help. Okay, how do you guide me, please?
So we make sure that you're our member in order for us to provide any detailed benefit explanation. And then normally,
What do you mean by member? Do I have to apply myself to be a certain member of something?
when we say member, it's meaning you are part of United Healthcare Medicare.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay, provided I do hold that kind of card,
Okay.
and I do have the part A or B and C and D all the way down to Z, I am a member, right?
Yes,
Okay, now, so with that verification, and where do you go?
So, when you call us, make sure you hold on to that membership card. Because first thing our representative will ask is your member ID number.
There's number, yes.
In order to determine what kind of benefits you're entitled to.
I see.
So-
To identify, yeah.
Yes, and then the next step will be they will ask, would you like to see a vision provider that speaks your language? And then in your area, so you don't have to drive like hours to go see one. So we pull out the listing of those providers in your own area who speaks your language.
Oh, they are registered in your system.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
that's
Very
right.
good. Very good. Yeah.
And then then we can mail out the printed out list of providers in your area who speaks your language, or we can just give you one specific provider's name and phone number.
I see. I live in, say, Rosemead, and you say, hey, probably it's a lot better you go to Alhambra office, like that kind, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then doctors, and you have 5 doctors listed around the Rosemead area, which is you find out what is the closest to me.
Yeah.
And then what's next?
And then from that point on, you'll need to make an appointment with that doctor in order to see that provider for your
Do I
vision.
call or you want to call for me?
You will make the call, but if you ask us to do it, we can also do that too.
Because provided I don't speak the language, right? I say, hey, please, Jenny, help me. I need an appointment. You will go ahead to make an appointment for me. Okay,
yes.
That's another plus.
Yes.
That's another plus. And then from there on, you just go ahead that specific appointment day to see your doctor. The doctor will give you how much you're covered, or you will tell him.
We will
right
tell
away.
you right away what will be covered and how much would be your responsibility.
I see.
So for example, a procedure, maybe 80% is covered by insurance, which is us, United Healthcare, and the other 20% might be your responsibility, member
Like
responsibility.
what they call copay.
Yeah, copay.
Like the copay. Okay.
Or co-insurance.
Who collects the copay? The United Healthcare System or the
doctor's
part?
office.
Doctor's part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. That's another plus. Right? Plus after plus after plus, we find that. Okay, suppose if I need not a vision care, I need some kind of more complicated. So say dialysis. Okay, if I need that, so how you will start the whole thing, or you will do the whole thing?
We will.
Or I suspect that I might need some dialysis.
Then we would recommend you to see your primary care doctor first and get a referral to specialists. Like dialysis normally is done through nephrologist, kidney specialist, and then kidney specialist will tell you whether you need one or not. And once the doctor tells you that you need a dialysis, then you might be interested in what are the centers that provide.
I'm trying to see the picture, and I probably see it better now, between patients, the beneficiaries, and the doctors. Being the providers,
Right.
you serve like a bridge,
Yes.
a connector, right? Because you, under the whatever care, Obamacare, Affordable Care, whatever care system, you are one of the operation organizations applying to that system to drag people along to make the match.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, we really want to make the health system work better for folks, and so whether it's helping them with their preventive visits, giving them reminders, letting them know to get that preventive care taken care of, we want to help make that easier so that people have easier access into the system and using their benefits. We want people to get the most out of their benefits, and the storefronts that Jenny is managing here in Southern California have one-on-one consultation rooms that if you have questions, need help navigating the system, representatives are there to help in your preferred language to be able to provide those services. So it's a great resource for the community. You don't have to be a United Healthcare Plan participant. If you just even need help, Jenny was telling me with translation of documents, whether it's a financial statement or something else, those types of things are available too.
That's something new.
Yes, so I think that you know, if you just need some translation services, those are available at the storefront as well. We're really a neighbor in the community, and
how
really
about
there
we
to help
take a
people.
short break? When we come back, we'll talk about the else, the something else services, right? So stay with us, my dear audiences. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the show, you, my dear fellow Angelinos. Welcome back to the show, talking about our healthcare. Well, you know, if there's 1 million things to talk about, and you are asked to talk about pick up the first, the one on top of the importance, so among 1 million, I don't know you, I would pick up healthcare. Because I know that you cannot tell, so something happened to you, might happen to you any moment, right? That's why everybody needs that. Yet, that doesn't mean everybody knows what is available, right? Such as the situation with United Healthcare, in existence for so many years that not a lot of people know. I know because I was involved with, like 1 or 2 years ago, with Alhambra office, their Alhambra office, when they were doing their initiatives with kind of hearing aid programs, yeah. And Well, that doesn't mean everybody knows as much as I do, right? So today, with my friend Jenny Yu, the managing director, and also a spokesman of United Healthcare, they are explaining how they functioning as the bridge in connecting you, the patient, the beneficiary, the member, to the service providers, namely doctors or clinics, or even hospitals, so on and so forth. Now, accidentally, at the very end of that segment, Matt mentioned something that caught my eye right away. He says they at the service even offer, at the organization, even offer service that's not even medically related. So Jenny, what's that, please?
Yeah, we do. We want to exist in those storefront as a resource centers for the community. So we are not only allowing our members to walk into our storefronts, but non-members can also come if they need some simple translation for of documents from, like, let's say DMV, Social Security Office. Those kind of documents. Maybe it might be a simple one-page document to people that speak English, but if you don't speak the language, then you might not be able to understand and need to take the appropriate action based on the documentation. So if you were to walk into our storefronts with those documents and were
to be frank with you, the service you provided might be simple, right, and it might be a small thing, right, just one piece of a document like that. But how you came upon this idea is more important, is more what I care about. Right? So what makes you the mind of doing that? Because this is unrelated to your day-to-day business.
Right. We understand the pains of the older folks who don't speak the language. So we don't want to just focus on our business of just servicing our members, but also provide extra benefits that could really help the public, the community.
That's very touchy, isn't it? That's very touchy. All right. So they just walk in, or they can even call to ask for?
You could call. I think probably calling might be easier for most people, but there are certain instances where you need to show us what the document is, unless you have a scanner or fax machine that you can send the documents to. But I don't know if you would feel comfortable sending documents to somebody that they
all
don't
right.
know.
That's a different story. That's different story. Yet you do provide that kind of a convenience, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, and these are really a resource in the community. I think that we have the storefronts in Alhambra, Koreatown, and now in Fullerton and Orange County, and they're really meeting a need in the community. There are, we know, more than 200,000 Asian American Medicare beneficiaries in Los Angeles County, and there are 70,000 in Orange County. And so really bringing this resource to people, like we talked about earlier, you don't necessarily have to drive very far. It's in your community, and it's there available as a resource. If you need help understanding your benefits, getting the most out of your benefits, we want you to do that. We want to help you live a healthier life, make sure you're getting your preventive checkups, and so forth. But we also are there helping with other needs that you might have, and know that those can affect your health too. If you just don't know about certain documents and need some of that translation, we're available as a resource to help with that, whether it's in Chinese, Korean, or now offering in Vietnamese with the new storefront and the new hotline.
In other words, you're offering service in all directions.
Yes.
Right? All directions, and everything possibly available you offer. That's exactly what you're saying, right?
Within our knowledge and limits.
Within your knowledge, right? So, and the occurring areas, Alhambra,
Koreatown, and Fullerton.
Fullerton, Orange County, right?
Yes.
All right. Fullerton in Orange County. All right, I see. So, how big is the area? I mean, by population, though, by members. How many members you estimate within that area?
I don't have the exact membership count.
Just a rough number. I'm not talking about exact number. Just rough number.
Yeah, I don't think we have that offhand, but like I said, there is the need in the community. I mean, we do know that there's 200,000 Asian American Medicare beneficiaries overall in Los Angeles County, and 70,000 in Orange County. So, like we said, there's not just for our members. If other folks have questions, or they want to just get some help with translation services. It's available to meet the need in the community for all those folks. And G&E also offers wellness workshops and Medicare 101 seminars and other things at these locations. So they're really there as a community resource. You can come in, learn more about Medicare, learn more about your overall health and well-being opportunities that there are to live a healthier life.
I see, I see. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as Matt mentioned, we are hosting several health-related topic educational seminars at our centers. So, I mean, you can please call the numbers that we've mentioned before to find out about which language and what days.
Okay, are they tilted to curing or prevention?
Prevention.
Prevention.
Yes.
Good.
We're not doctors, so we can't cure anything.
I see. Okay, very good, very good. So today, my dear audience, we're talking about United Healthcare, and it's a big organization, insurance though, yet they are reaching out to function as a bridge to connect the beneficiaries of certain plans to providers as doctors to see the most extent of benefit being applied. Because lots of resources might not be available, known to people. They are here to make the unknown known, which is quite an effort. Let me ask one simple question, maybe naive, right? I know for one to get that plan, part A or B, the federal care, they have to have certain records of like 10 years of tax records, working experiences, and so on and so forth. What if somebody falls short and they do not have it? So do you have any kind of special program or program that's tailored to fit into that kind of a
Category of people?
Yeah, please.
We currently only service the Medicare population. So normally what we do have some inquiries, people that come in with such inquiry, but we normally have to have them go check with the Social Security offices first in order for them to be eligible for Medicare.
I see, I see. So in other words, if that, Matt, probably you know a little bit as a spokesman about the system. If they fall short, they first check with Social Security office, see if there's any step-down plan, something like that, and before they come back to you, right?
Well, I think it'd be a case-by-case basis, and I think that they can definitely call one of our hotlines or stop in at one of our storefronts if they have questions, if they just need help navigating the system.
All right.
Folks are welcome to come in and ask questions, because really it'd be on a case-by-case basis, and I think Jenny's team could really help direct them in the right direction. And again, we really want to help make the health system work better for folks. So they're available as a resource. And you know, I think that another thing is that we'll be going out in the community with kiosks in Orange County to meet other people and extend the reach even beyond these three storefronts. So there's opportunity. If you have questions, please call the number, or please stop in and see us at one of our storefronts or at a kiosk when it's in your community, because we're really there and available as a resource.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for that explanation, because I do understand now it's a case-by-case thing. As well as everything can be discussed, and then they will walk you in to the right door through right way, whatever, right? So today, with the help of Jenny Yu and Matt Rodriguez, we're getting to the bottom of the issue, which is that we have services available, yet we do not know. Even though our services are so limited, well, within the range of being limited, we do not even know the whole extent. Right? That's the problem. So we'll take a very short moment now. When we come back, we'll pick up from where exactly Jenny just mentioned about all the seminars. Those are very interesting. Stay with us, please. Hello, my dear folks. Welcome back to the show. You, ladies and gentlemen, I love you so much. Me and my crew try all the time to bring information, whichever is available, to you for your ref. We have day-to-day busy activities, we do not have time to go into details of everything that we want to know, even though we want to know. So today, about the healthcare plans, healthcare system, or the structure of the system, which is the part that I at least do not know. We have two wonderful guests. We have Jenny Yu, the managing director of United Healthcare and also spokesman of United Healthcare, Mr. Matt Rodriguez, to share the information with you about what is available. Like I said, even though what is available being limited, within the range of being limited, we do not know 100%. Why not, right? Okay, now, at the end of the last segment, we touched a little bit. Jenny mentioned about their seminars, all right, different seminars scheduled on the calendar for days to come, right? For that, I find myself especially interested in. Can you let us know something that you laid down, please?
Yeah. So we have scheduled a lot of health seminars, health topics. So we invite acupuncturists, pharmacists, doctors, and maybe some topics that are not related to health but related to maybe retirement.
Yes.
So you know, for example, acupuncturists will talk about how the Eastern medicine can work really best in conjunction with Western medicine, which is you know, when we see our primary doctors and whatnot.
All right.
And then we talk about, we have pharmacists speaking at our seminars talking about the importance of not mixing certain drugs, and especially for senior population who probably has many
especially when there's some contradiction between among drugs, right?
Yes.
You don't want to get the kind of messed up with the wrong kind of matching.
Right.
You take A and you take B at the same time.
Right.
Ah, I see.
Or like taking overdose or underdose. A lot of Asian seniors tend to think, after taking a certain drug for like maybe let's say 3 days, you feel better and you stop taking it, even though doctor's order was to take it for the next 2 weeks.
I see.
So those kind of things, topics that people might easily ignore, but it's very important for keeping your health better. And we have doctors speak about pain management, like when you have joint pains and back aches and all of those things that might be a most prevalent disease among senior population.
I see. Okay. Not in general, just that you have a specific date. We might advertise it, right? It's the moment. We want to call people to come over. Do you have any schedule, something that you can mention? Let's say on day 1 of July, we have such and such, and where and when, like that kind.
Right. So we currently have all of our seminars on Thursdays, and it's at, as I mentioned, we have
Thursdays.
Yeah. So we have 3 different locations. I think the best thing to do is pick up your phone and call the 800 numbers. So you can call the 800 866-582-9057 for Chinese-speaking seniors.
I see.
And 866-636-0522 for Korean. And for Vietnamese-speaking folks, you can call 888-691-1244 to find out about on which date, which topic seminar will be hosted at.
In other words, when they call and what's coming on this Thursday.
Right.
Like that, right?
Yes.
And or 2 weeks down.
Right.
The Thursday.
Or next month. Yeah.
Or next month, or whichever, and they will know that.
Yes.
I see. So who will provide the knowledge? The professionals.
Yes.
And you want to be doctors, or they are professors, or in other words, you want to bring it to a practical point of view, or to a kind of a medical point of view, like a professor from school.
More practical point of view. They'll speak on what really applies to senior population.
I
so
see.
it's easy for them to put it into practice.
I see. In other words, Matt, if they call number, they will be provided with a full schedule about what's going on, what will be going on. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we've had a number of events already, and if you call the one of those numbers that Jenny mentioned, you can find out more information about upcoming topics that might be available. And really, these are things that are there to really help folks in the community and be there as a resource and really get you the information that'll help you make better health decisions for you and your family. So we really want to help people get that information, and these seminars and topics are really there as an opportunity. And we just had our opening of our storefront in Orange County, and that was a big event that we had there, and invited a number of people from the community to come in, see the storefront, and we want people to come in and see it, and see the one-on-one consultation rooms we have, and see the rooms where the seminars are available, and really let people know that it's there, it's in the community, it's available as a resource. It'll help meet those cultural and linguistic needs that we know exist, and so really just invite people to give us a call, stop by, and see if there's something that interests you that's coming up that's going to be one of these seminars.
Nowadays, everybody is online, though. Do you have an online information of the same extent?
So we have our website in different Asian languages as well. So Chinese,
see.
Korean, Vietnamese, and soon to be Japanese. And of course we have English. So you can visit us at www.uhcasian.com.
The seminars aren't online yet. That you'll have to call for more information. So
I
there's not a
see.
calendar
Seminar.
for those.
No.
Yes.
I'm not saying seminar. I'm saying seminar schedules.
Right. Yeah. For to call for more information.
The seminars are there, but the schedules I'm talking about. Yes.
Yes.
And I know. Yeah. I know that we all know that we are missing one thing: the seminar schedules. One last thing I would like to check with you. Among your seminars, all the subjects of seminars, is there anything designed for, like, say, obesity preventions? I heard yesterday over the radio that the latest statistics show that in California, 35% of men has obesity problem, and 40% of women, same thing. So it looks that if you put up some seminar, I will go. Looking at my weight. All right.
I don't think you really necessarily need to go to those seminars.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
But I actually saw that same news too. And obesity, we didn't think that was a top interest of Asian seniors. But we normally try to choose a topic that might be most interest for retired senior Asian population. So if that's something that, because we continuously take also survey on what the topics that they want to hear about, from the past attendees from these seminars. So if that's a topic that a lot
relevant concern, more relative concern, more relevant concerns, right?
Right.
I see. So Matt and Jenny, and we're about to wrap up. So I have 30 seconds for you to wrap it up. What's your wrapping up message, or be it a slogan or something?
United Healthcare really focuses on helping people live healthier lives, and that's why the storefronts are here. So please, come visit us and call us, and like you were saying earlier, you don't have to press 1 to get to a different language. It'll be
until you get lost.
Right. It'll be Chinese speaking folks, staff picking up the phone immediately, so you don't have to wait too many minutes.
It will be someone speaking your language. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And Matt, please.
Yes, I would just echo what Jenny said. We're there in the community and available as a resource. There's personalized customer service that's available if you're a member. If you are not and just have questions and need help with translation or other services, please call us, stop by. We're there in the community and available as a resource. And I think that we really want to help promote people having better health, and any way we can do that. And so I think that with these seminars or whatever it is, we want people to live healthier lives. We want to help the system work better for folks. So we hope that with these storefronts that'll really give us that opportunity, and we look forward to serving our neighbors in the community.
Very good. That's a very good echo. That's big echo. Thank you very much. And my dear audiences, from now and on, every now and then, we will find time to put information of this nature to you. And we believe that you need that information, right? And with me, Jenny Yu, and also Matt Rodriguez with United Healthcare. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for sharing. We'll see you next time.